And we are live. The mics are hot. We're ready to talk some shit.
God bless.
Talk some shit like some good old pals do. Nothing new.
What up, Bear?
Bear in here fucking doing what he does, just being adorable and shit. And now he's laying down. Did you break it? Did you pinch yourself?
Episode 175.
Here we go. You think we get... Probably not. But do you think we get to 200 before the end of the year?
If we're doing 2 a week like we used to.
We could, but probably not.
If you want to shoot for that, we can make it happen.
We'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah, 2 months to do it.
2 months.
2 months to get... Damn. 2 months to get 25 episodes.
That would be hard.
Yeah, it would be. It's a lot of editing.
Yeah, it is. We would have to do more than
if
2.
you guys want some great episodes, stay tuned.
we'll talk about it.
More realistically, 190.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll definitely get to 190.
Get a good 15 out, but 25, that's a stretch.
Let's put it in that OT. I did see a bald eagle today, and I felt very patriotic. Thought I might go join the military and fight for my country.
You're like, America.
I'm just kidding, but yeah, that shit fucking even swooped down and picked something up. Then it was chilling in the trees, just fucking
you were
surveying.
called into action.
Surveying the lands. I mean, if I was called into action, like...
Appreciate you, Tony. Still, gotta drink out of these cups. They say no hangover on them. I don't know if y'all people can see that.
And VIP seltzers.
VIP. Hell of a brand. Hell of a seltzer.
Bounce-berry blast. And it's for a good cause.
Bounce-berry. Bounce when she will.
Yeah, that shit's good. Only 115 calories and no added sugar. So there you go.
No, VIP, you guys are... we'll shout you out again. Fuck it.
Yeah.
VIP, you're doing your thing out there. That is a great brand. Quite tasty seltzer.
Quality adult beverage.
Yep.
I must say so.
Sneaks up on you. But, you drink a couple, and, hey, we guarantee no hangover.
Good to go. Good to fucking go.
So, there you go. VIP, lock in. We need to talk to y'all soon.
The VIP, yeah.
We need to talk to y'all soon. But, yeah, you drink VIP, you won't get a hangover.
We really got to test that theory out, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll let you know.
I got to drink more of y'all.
That's our hypothesis, and we'll let you know.
I mean, we don't get hangovers here, so. We don't get hangovers
from
here.
Nothing. Not from alcohol, not from conversations, from nothing. Yeah. Keeping fucking moving forward. Keeping our eyes on the prize.
Yep. Go ahead. I mean, it's a good time to give them a pitch on No Hangover. We'll let the people know what it's about.
We're here to fucking talk shit and move conversation forward.
Basically,
that's all,
Spread the word, and like Eric said many times before, no hangover's got its multiple meanings, but no hangover is
double entendres.
One conversation to the next. There's no love lost. We can have difference of opinions. People aren't supposed to agree with you on everything you say. People aren't supposed to like everything you say.
And we're still best pals. Yeah. So that's the fucking.
We could talk our shit and still come together, hear each other out. Hear difference of opinions from ourselves, from others, from other people we have on. And yeah, no love lost.
We make it fucking work. So what's on the docket today?
But on the docket today, we just this past weekend watched UFC 294.
Ooh.
Interesting card. A lot of shit went on that card. Not even what it
was kind of a letdown.
The card, yeah.
Just a tad bit, but, I mean, given the circumstances, so the main event and the co-main event had 2 replacement fighters. For the main event, Alexander Volkanovski filled in for your boy Charles.
Oliveira.
And for the co-main event, who was it? Kamaru Usman filled in for Paulo Costa because he had a nasty elbow infection that he needed to heal up from. So, 2 championship caliber fighters. One is a champion in Volkanovski, and one's a former champion in Usman that stepped up to the plate on 12 days notice, 11 days notice, and saved the card essentially. So you got to give them props, and this
is coming straight off the couch. I mean, granted they train pretty frequently, but you could tell just in like Eric was saying, these are a current champion and an ex-champion. It's not like they're just sitting on the couch, unmotivated, not working out.
Yeah, they're training, but
they're still trained, but it's not like they've prepared for that specific opponent.
Yeah, when you're training and when you're in camp, it's just two different things. Like, you know, you're just working out and training for, you know, just to stay in shape is one thing. But when you're training and lifting and doing what you got to do to prepare for a fight, it's just a whole different level of intensity. So, I will say this, though. Kamaru Usman did surprise me. I thought if anybody was going to get washed, it was going to be him, and he held his own surprisingly, and he made it pretty interesting as far as like.
Yeah, towards the end, I mean, it was exciting. I mean, they were throwing blows. If Hamzat really did break his hand in the first round, that could make more sense why the fight went that way. But in the later rounds, in the second and third round,
Usman was beating him on the feet.
It didn't get to a full-on dogfight, but they were definitely throwing hands, and Usman was winning.
Yeah, especially in the last minute of the last round of the third round.
He was picking his shots. He was tagging him at will.
Yeah,
and I mean that was something we knew going in. Like if it stayed on the, and granted, Kamaru Usman's a college wrestler, like Eric said, a former champion, but he's never been known for like his stand-up. But he's showed it multiple times. I mean, Jorge Masvidal found that out. Colby Covington.
Yeah, he showed him up.
They basically had a fucking all-out war. That's two wrestlers, and they straight were hands.
He did drop Gilbert Burns too.
Gilbert
dropped him as well. So
yeah,
but
exciting. It was led up to be an exciting card because these replacement fighters stepping up, and heartbreaking defeat for Alex. But like, I mean, shit. He even said it like it was a hell of a kick. I bet if they fight 10 times, I don't see that happening,
They beat him twice, so.
He did. So Islam has won twice. The first one, that's pulling
close.
hairs.
It was a close fight.
That was a close fight.
It was a close fight.
This one, there was no room for judges, so
yeah,
you got to give props.
You
got to give props to Islam for what he did, but at the same time, I'm still backing Alex. Like if they were to fight again with a full training camp, I'd still take Alex. I mean, granted, Islam got him, but I'd still take Alex.
That fight will probably not happen again unless
Volkanovski
goes on another run and Islam stays where he's at and, continues to wipe out,
I see it going like this.
Division.
If Alex beats, for instance, his next two challenges,
mm-hmm.
there's no one in that division he hasn't beat, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, like, if he goes out in January, February, whatever, fights again, wins again, right, at 145, and Islam's got to fight Charles, honestly. If they want to offer him... He doesn't have to,
because he finished him, too, so he doesn't have to.
Yeah, but that's stupid if he doesn't. If you're going off of the top 5 in the division, Charles has beat everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't you rematch that?
Fight Gaethje.
Fuck that. I mean, I don't
care.
Have
they fought yet? They haven't fought yet. So there you go.
Hasn't fought them. So there you go. I don't care who Islam fights because I just don't like him claiming, Well, I mean, it's the truth. As of right now, he is the champion. So
he's the best. And everyone he's fought, besides Volkanovski, he's made light work of.
But everyone except Volkanovski and Charles was shit. Those were his two real name, big fights. Besides that, he hasn't fought any. Bobby Green.
He fought Poirier, didn't he?
No. Islam hasn't fought anyone in the top 10 of the.
All right. Well, again, then he made light work of fucking Charles.
He did fight. I'm pretty sure he did fight Drew.
Dober.
Yeah,
he did.
But that was when.
And he fucking mopped him too.
But that was when Dober wasn't even in the top 10. Oh, he did fight Dan Hooker as well.
Yeah.
But again, this was Dan Hooker after 2 or 3 losses, then fought Islam, and Islam did make light work of him.
He's made light work.
Made his arm.
He even said it. He said it even after the fight. He's like, I don't pick fights. Dana, do your job. Get somebody in front of me.
Which that is what I like.
That's some G shit.
That I at least appreciated because it's like I don't like these fighters who are like, oh, I'm gonna call my shots, or I'm waiting for this guy. Like a Izzy, Izzy never backed down from a challenge. Alex Volkanovski never backs down from a challenge. Like I don't like people who sit out or like, oh no. Like Izzy and Alex, those are the most active champions there has ever been, pretty much. I mean, they fought 4 times. I think 4 times in a calendar year, or maybe not that many times. But I know they fought. For instance, Israel Adesanya had fought I think it was
3 times
7
this year. I think
it was 7 fights in 2 years or something like
He
that
fought 3 times this year
as a champion, and that's like pretty unheard of.
He fought Pereira. He fought Pereira twice this year. No,
It might have been twice this year, and Strickland.
And Strickland.
It couldn't have been all this year. No, there's no way, because he fought in. I mean, basically they fight every 3 months.
Let's see.
That's kind of like, I think he fought Pereira last year, then fought him the beginning of this year, and then Sean Strickland. Which that fight too, I mean, Izzy, take as much time as you need. You don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Yeah, you do. No, I'm just kidding. No,
you don't. Izzy's that guy.
He doesn't. Let's see.
But losing to Sean Strickland.
Yeah. So, oh no, Pereira was November of 22.
Yeah.
Pereira 2 was April 8th of 23, and then Sean Strickland was in September. Yeah. But let's see.
It's always every couple months. But he is, like I said,
in 2022, he had 3 fights.
Very active.
Yeah, Robert Whitaker, Jared Cannonier, and then lost to Pereira. But yeah, he does stay active. But what was I gonna say? Going back to the Usman fight and going back to that a little bit, because this was essentially a number 1 contender fight. A lot of people.
That's what I don't understand.
A lot of people. Well, because it was supposed to be Paulo Costa and Hazmat, so that would have made more sense. But
I understand that fight, but even that fight, that still doesn't make sense for me for a number 1 contender, because you still got Robert Whitaker.
He's already fought 3 times
the only
for the fight, and he lost his last fight.
Correct, that's what I'm saying. So Duplessis should be the number 1 contender,
and then he pitched out against Adesanya, so that's how we got the Sean Strickland fight. So you got to wait your turn.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it is true. Like, the UFC does offer opportunities, but that's the same thing with Justin Gaethje. Gaethje was offered the Islam fight, and he even said, "That's not my job. My job is to show up and fight when I'm prepared to fight." Yeah. Not step in for someone who, if they would have told me in August, when Charles said he wasn't going to come to this fight or whatever.
But my point is with the fight is that I've heard like a lot of the different talking heads say that, it kind of slows down the hype train for Hazmat a little bit, because he did fight, although he won and he was pretty dominant and shit like that. It went the distance with someone who's not even a natural 185er. That they fight at 170 and Kamaru Usman, and hands wise he was giving him the business. So it kind of, he wins and he wins pretty convincingly, but like it does kind of slow the hype train down a little bit. And does he really deserve a title fight after that?
And I don't think he does. But for instance, when Sean Strickland says he doesn't, it's like, Sean Strickland, shut the fuck up. You don't deserve to be champion.
What do you mean he doesn't deserve to be champion? He beat the shit out of Israel Adesanya. How much more? Champion. Not only he beat him, he dismantled him. He handled him. He made him look like an amateur.
He never even got the fight.
But he did.
If Izzy didn't choose him, he would have never been in that situation.
But if Duplessis doesn't bitch out, then this never happens.
True. But I mean, Izzy still blessed him with that fight.
And he got his ass whooped. And then Sean Strickland blessed him with some hands. Like...
Either way, Sean has no room to be calling shots.
I don't think you can say you can't say he didn't deserve it, or that he doesn't deserve to be champ, because it's not like
he doesn't deserve to call shots like, oh, blah blah blah. Like,
why not? He just beat the shit out of someone that he was mopping the division.
Okay, just exactly, but it's an active champion. So if you're gonna step into that role, you have to become active. You can't just hold the belt and bitch out.
No, but who's bitching out?
It should be he should be on the same shit that Islam said. That's not my job. Put somebody in front of me.
But that's not the game, though. That's not the way that things usually go.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's bitch shit, though. Well, then if that's bitch shit from him, then it's got to be bitch shit from fucking Charles.
Yeah, people who pick their fights. I'm saying people who pick and choose. Charles got hurt. You saw his fucking face. This man split his shit open. But I do agree. If you're picking fights, I don't like that. Like, I don't like people who sit out.
There's not a lot of people. The whole just fighting whoever's in front of you and things like that. That's a more recent development from Adesanya, from Volk, from fucking Islam. That's not the norm. Usually people, when you're the champ, you're calling your fights, you're picking your fights. The only one that didn't really have that most recently was Aljo, but they were forcing him to be active, it seemed. But even then, Sean O'Malley wins, and now he's calling his fight. He wants to fight Chito Vera.
Yeah, which the UFC is stupid for making that fight.
I mean, it's out of that. I mean, that's going to draw a lot of attention because they already have beef. Cheeto Vera already beat him. So, like,
well, I mean, I get that it's
from a pay-per-view standpoint, from a money standpoint, it makes sense.
In their eyes, it's a money fight, so it is what it is. But I still think the UFC should have been like, for instance, Corey definitely deserves that.
Yeah, I think that should be the fight to make.
Or even because
Corey Sandhagen is a fucking
fucking
yeah, boy. Marab.
That's honestly probably.
But him and fucking Aljo won't fight each other.
Correct, but him and Aljo left the fucking division. He said he's going up.
Well, he hasn't done it officially yet.
He hasn't, because I'm pretty sure he wants a rematch first before he goes up. But
what they're gonna do is put probably Chito Vera and Sean O'Malley against each other. They'll probably have Henry Cejudo fight either Sandhagen or Marab and let them be fight for a number one contender. And then depending on how the Sean O'Malley Chito Vera fight goes, they either rematch or if someone finishes the other one, then they move on to the next thing.
If Sean O'Malley wins, there's no rematch.
If it's a close fight, they might have it.
Yeah, but if he
if he finishes Chito Vera yet, or if the other way around, if someone gets finished, there's not a rematch. But if it's a close decision, then
this is where I think it's opposite, because Chito does pull a crowd, but I think if he finishes Sean would get a rematch. I think if it's the other way around, though, Cheeto doesn't get a rematch.
For sure.
Because Sean O'Malley is the name in that,
Okay.
They're building up. Well, I mean, he built himself up as well. He's a star on his own, but they're building his stardom to, I'm not going to say Connor's level, but that's where they're wanting him to be.
Yeah, they want,
they need that. They want that next guy that they can, it's flashy, that the youth loves, that's like, walking, doesn't give a fuck about anything, does whatever they do, finishing people. Because that's how Connor became Connor. Like, it wasn't just his trash talking, his nice suits. He fucking predicted shit. Like, he was like, I'm going to finish this person. And he went out and finished that person.
Talking shit, fucking, and backing it up. Yeah, I mean, that's what
makes a fucking fighter, like, a fan favorite. Like, oh my God. Like, even Justin Gaethje, why most people love him. He promises violence every time he fights.
And he promises on the violence.
He promises car crashes. He's like, this is going to be wild, high flying, all that. What does he do? He goes out, fucking beats people's asses.
Except that fucking his last fight against Poirier, he was a little bit more calculated, a little bit more controlled. Still dropped him.
Yeah, still knocked his ass out.
But he wasn't as fucking reckless and just going in like fucking.
Oh my goodness.
Going in and fucking just trying to throw bombs and hope, and hope for a knockout.
Correct.
He was a little bit more calculated,
and that's what most people have always asked of him to be. Like, if you could just slow it down, you'd probably be better, because he goes in so crazy that people
the
are
brakes
like,
a little, bud.
People don't know what to do most of the time. They're just like, Jesus.
Shit. All right, so back to this 185. Say if you're Dana and Hunter and you're 185. I'm talking about like the 185 weight class.
Oh, okay.
Going back to that, if you're Dana, and you can make the matches leading up to, what's the championship fight, who's the number one contender fight, like what would you do in your eyes, since you're not really too happy with the way things
well, I mean, I don't care if Khamzat fights Sean. I really don't, but I'm just saying I don't think that his one fight at 185 makes it. I think they ranked him number 9.
Yeah, in
that division. So if it was an ideal situation, whatever, you'd have whatever Pablo is ranked, maybe fight Duplessis.
I think Pablo's 6.
Maybe fight Duplessis, and then that could be it. Or, I mean, that's just a hard one, because it's a different champion. It's not like it's Israel Adesanya who's beat everybody, know. So if it was Izzy, that would be a much hard. He would have to fight Duplessis, because it's like he already ran through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even Brunson, who's out of the UFC rankings now.
Which, I mean, I would like to see Khamzat fight one of those like upper echelon 185ers.
I feel like he has
they're bigger.
Has to have a top 5 fight before he can be the number one contender.
What if he fights Robert? What if he fights Vettori?
See, I would,
because those guys are bigger bodies.
Correct. People who are bigger, who have good wrestling defense, would be a whole different matchup.
Like Paulo and fucking Vettori, and especially Cannonier.
These people are cutting massive weight to get
especially Cannonier. He fought at fucking heavyweight when he first started.
Cannonier. So. If you give
those are like
Cannonier,
when they fight
Vettori, Duplessis, Paulo,
Duplessis
Robert.
is fucking jacked too.
I think if any 5 of those guys I just mentioned fight Hamzat, they're wiping him.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Besides wrestling, Hamzat doesn't have much in his arsenal.
He's a fucking damn good wrestler.
He is a damn good wrestler, but
I don't know if they're wiping
I don't
him.
think he's granted. I mean, he is strong as shit. Don't get me wrong. He picked up, DC. But when someone's trying to stop a takedown, for instance, he fought like you just said. He fought Kamar, who's a lighter, who still probably walks around at like 190, but that's not
his
these
natural
guys.
weight class. Yeah.
That's 190 is his walking around weight. Paulo Costa, Vittorio,
They're probably walking 215,
if not more.
Yeah.
And they cut that crazy amount of weight. So it's like it's a whole different ballgame.
It is,
when you're
and
fighting somebody that big.
I agree with you in that sense, but I don't know if it would be a wash. I definitely think if he would have fought Paulo Costa, the striking part, the striking aspect of it would have been a lot more interesting.
And the kicks.
Yeah.
Because Kamaru Usman doesn't throw a lot of kicks.
Because
Paulo Costa
he's got
throws
bad knees.
a shit ton of kicks. And I'm talking like, that's a fucking bat coming at you.
Yeah, he's a fucking...
Same with Robert. I think Robert, honestly... But besides like Duplessis getting him, because he did, I'm not going to say Robert,
He beat him up good.
Yeah, he finished Robert, but Robert's a great fighter. I think he, in a rematch with that, or even, the rest of the division, Robert's waxing most of them, if not all of them.
I don't know. I think at this point he's on the back end. He's going to start, kind of being more of a gatekeeper than he is a contender, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. I have to see him in his next fight. Because, like, if his next fight, he, happens in the same fashion, gets finished, or it's just, like, sloppy. That one was, I mean, everyone's bound to get got.
Yeah.
You fight long enough, people get got. But it is one of those, it's one of those things where it's like that, they were saying about Khabib, like, that aura around you. When you're an undefeated fighter, you have, like, a different aura. Granted, no one's an undefeated fighter, pretty much, in the UFC.
Yeah, fucking.
There is no
Rachmanov, that guy.
There is ones coming. Hamzat,
Bo Nichols is undefeated.
Pretty much everyone who's new to the UFC has became, undefeated. But the only one,
Islam is still undefeated.
No,
he lost. Yeah, he got fucking.
He got knocked the fuck out.
He did.
He did. Alex has 3 losses now, 2 coming from Islam. Yeah. But he had 1 loss, coming into the UFC.
Yeah.
Max losses, Dustin losses.
John Jones
losses.
He has a no contest.
He's got I think he's
a DQ.
27-1-1.
He's a DQ. It was a DQ and then a no contest.
Yeah. So he technically has a loss, but it's a bullshit loss.
Yeah.
And a no contest over DC, which is also bullshit, but
and he still
whatever waxed him.
Yeah. So speaking of John Jones. That's the next card. That's the main event on the next card, November 11th, UFC 295.
Bless you.
One more.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Who else is on the card?
Alex Pereira and Yuri Prohashka.
That's the co-main event.
That's the co-main event. Oh my god.
For the belt, right?
For the vacant belt. Hopefully they don't fucking
lightweight
give him a draw again and do that bullshit.
I don't see that fight going.
No, someone's gonna get.
The boy looked huge. You saw that picture of him?
Pereira? Oh yeah, bro. He doesn't have to cut that much weight anymore. He probably's got to cut like 15 pounds as opposed to fucking 40 pounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Hamzat is gonna have a problem with 185 because. Just like you said, Pereira cut. These people are cutting so much weight. They cut like 30 to 40 pounds sometimes.
Well, Pereira, yeah,
Pereira was one of the bigger guys in the division, but even Paulo Costa, he's been like over 220 before, cutting weight to 185. Like,
there's not really any other big names on this card besides the 2. Jessica Andrade is fighting, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that. Clearly, I mean, obviously,
the co-main is exciting.
Yeah, it's been
the main event's very exciting though. Anytime John Jones fights is exciting, but to see him fight Stipe, that's where it's like
he's gonna beat him up.
That's crazy because it's like
he's gonna beat him up.
Stipe is looked at and regarded as the greatest heavyweight ever.
Yeah.
So John Jones, the greatest light heavyweight ever.
Greatest ever.
Greatest ever, true. But I'm just saying, if we're going, by weight, he's the greatest undisputed lightweight.
Yeah, I think it's
so him moving up to heavyweight now. If he knocks off the greatest ever at heavyweight, I think that just cements his legacy even more of it doesn't matter what division he's in. He would always dominate.
I don't think that's going to be very competitive. I think the co-main event is going to be fucking balls to the wall bananas, and it's going to be crazy, and we're going to see some wild shit, and who knows? Because Yuri Prochazka, too, I mean, his fighting style is fucking wild. He fights like he's on fucking crack. Like, just throwing fucking spinning out. I mean, that's how he knocked out Dominic Reyes. Yeah. Oh, my God. He's boom up against the cage and threw a back elbow and dropped him like a sack of potatoes.
It's going to be exciting.
And those are two of my favorite fighters. So
yeah, I think in the
it's a win-win, lose-lose for me.
Someone's lights are going out, I feel.
What if Yuri might be able to? He's a little bit more versatile on the ground as well.
Yeah, so he might. Who knows? Maybe be able to.
But Pereira is just a fucking stone mass of a fucking man and just strong as shit.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got good takedown defense.
He showed it against Jan Blachowicz that he had.
Really?
That he got better on the ground. I mean, that he was able to defend it and
got better, but it was just his hand.
And Jan Blachowicz,
he kept Jan Blachowicz at bay with his hand
and his kicks. And Jan Blachowicz is a bigger guy than Yuri. You know, obviously they're weighing in at 205.
I don't know about that.
They're weighing in at 205, but when
You're saying like weight wise,
yeah,
and stature wise though, no.
Jan
Blachowicz was shorter than Alex.
Yeah, but that's a lower center of gravity, so it would make it easier for him to get him to the ground.
True.
Jan Blachowicz is a better. He's gonna take you down. Has better ground game and takedowns than Yuri, I would say.
Either way, he'll be interesting. But I think in the main event, I mean, I feel like Stipe is gonna come out with the Fury though. I feel like he knows what's gonna happen.
He's gonna get dropped with the Fury as well.
Huh?
I said he's going to get dropped with the Fury as well.
Maybe, but who knows? In the fight game, you never know. Like, we could say all we want, but I still think John Jones is the greatest.
Exactly. Most times we don't, but when we're talking about John Jones, we kind of know what's going to happen for the most part.
Yeah, he's going to stand up for all of 2 minutes and then take his Stipe, if that, take Stipe down, submit him quick.
But, so who you got? Who you picking in those two fights? John Jones, who you picking in the co-main event? Yeah, I got John Jones in the main event too, so.
I'll go Yuri.
Oh, man. I don't even know.
He held the belt at one point, you know, like.
Alex Pereira held a belt.
It's true, but not the lightweight belt.
But not he beat a light heavyweight. But he did beat a former champ, light heavyweight champ. So
Blachowicz was. But we're all talking about a belt that's irrelevant because that belt only became a thing when John Jones decided to go up. Because nobody ever took it from him. So that's John Jones' belt, technically. He just
gave it up.
Gave it up for.
What if he goes down and fucking, all right, I want to be a double champ?
That'd be some shit, and he would do it too.
What if he went down to 185?
He wouldn't do that.
He could, though, probably.
He already said
I don't think he would, but he could.
I don't know if he could.
Sure, I mean, he was fighting at 205.
265 right now.
Yeah, and he trained fucking, what, like 3 years to get like that?
So how long do you think it would take him to get down to 185?
I think it's a lot easier to lose weight than gain muscle.
Probably, but shit, I don't think he's trying to ever do that.
I don't think he's going to. That was all fucking hypothetical. And
he told Izzy Izzy would have to come up. But I mean, they're cool now.
But it'd
be cool to see. It would have been cool to see that fight.
No, I don't think so.
Well, not for Izzy's sake. But who knows? Maybe Izzy could have caught John.
No, because we saw Izzy go up to 205, and it was against Jan, and he fucking just held him up against the cage. And so what do you think John Jones would do? He would probably submit him.
Yeah, probably. Maul him.
Yeah, would not. That would be.
Let's wrestle.
Oh, shit. Good old UFC.
Did you see the... What's funny is when Conor comes back, and if Conor comes back and doesn't fight Michael Chandler, that'd be the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Michael Chandler...
Poor guy.
He just seems too desperate to fight Conor McGregor. Yeah. He needs to make
He bet too much on it.
Yeah.
He held out not fighting anyone else because he wants to fight Conor.
Which it made sense because they had it set up like that because they were the Ultimate Fighter coaches, and then it just fucking USADA was fucking shit up, and then they parted ways, so we'll see. Maybe they'll let him start juicing. That would be some shit. If they let him start juicing.
Back to the old UFC ways.
Yep. Not giving
300 pounders can fight one.
Oh, God.
150 pounders.
Oh, shit.
That'd be scary times.
Good old fucking UFC. I can't wait for this next card. I'm fucking excited. I'm going to be a divided heart. I'm not even gonna pick a winner. I just want to see a good fight.
Sure.
I want to see a good
fight. Just be exciting
good, hard, competitive fighting.
When is so the last card of the year then? That's what
Edwards,
Leon and
Colby. That's in
Colby?
December. I think like mid-December.
That'll be a good fight too.
I think Colby. I think Leon Edwards wins that.
I got Colby winning that.
Of course you do.
I like Colby. Colby, I think.
Well, you're wrong, Jacob. You're wrong.
I mean, he had good fights.
I'll put money on that one.
We could put money on that one. That's fine.
Damn, I
call my boy fucking Charles to fight.
Bro, I'll put money on that one. He's not. I'm trying to tell you, dog.
I don't care who he fights. I want to see it.
He's gonna get.
I don't want him to fight Conor though. Right off.
Why not? That would be perfect for him. That would be his biggest payout.
I already said like that's a possibility.
That would be great for him.
And fights Charles instead of.
And Charles would probably beat Conor McGregor anyways. He's not gonna beat Islam.
He might. He's gonna beat Islam.
You're wild.
Islam is not. Who do you think Islam is? The greatest.
I know, but I saw what he did to Charles the first time in the.
A fluke.
That was not a fluke. He fucking dropped him, and then Charles was inviting him into his world, and then got submitted. Fairly easy. Yeah. Within like 30 seconds of being on the ground.
It's a good choke. Good choke.
So, I don't really see that. I don't really see that changing much the second time around. So I'd much rather see. And you already know how I feel about Conor McGregor fighting again. I love Conor. I could go my whole life without seeing him fight again. I would want to see him again. No, because it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same.
Probably not. But
and he came off of that broken leg. He fucking snapped his leg in half.
His ankle. It's titanium now.
Chris Weidman came back from that, and he was getting fucking. That was hard to watch. Anderson Silva tried to come back from that, and he was never the same. Like. I mean, prime Conor McGregor was great, but I would still say that prime Anderson Silva was better than Conor McGregor, and he was struggling coming back from that. And
I mean, historically, yes, because he was a champion in his championship fights and stuff like that. But for the UFC, Conor is
money wise, and what he did and how he boosted. That's a different story. Conor McGregor has that by a landslide.
Phenomenal.
But
even John Jones has said it. Like John Jones is viewed for most as
he's
the greatest fighter of all time. But he doesn't
generate
GSP.
Yeah, he doesn't generate the type of money.
Khabib there up there too, but
undefeated.
It's true, he is undefeated, but I don't like Khabib.
And then he fucking beat the fuck
Khabib
out
as a person, cool guy. Khabib as a fighter, it was just
he beat the shit out of everyone.
It did not excite me.
Hey, it's not. It's about the dubs at the end of the day.
I get it,
and he was mollywopping people. And then he fucking, you know what? I'm going to take on the crowd because these guys aren't enough. And then he tried to take on 5 people at once. So there you go. Flying knee through the fucking arena. That shit was fucking wild. Oh, shit. What's next? You want to talk some football? Rack 'em, sack 'em, football. Go Birds. Those Kelly green fucking uniforms. I'm going to have to get myself a hoodie or one of those crew necks because those jerseys.
You don't want a Jalen Hurts jersey?
No. At this point, I feel like I'm too grown to be buying other grown men's jerseys. Unless it was like a childhood, like, I would get another Brian Dawkins jersey. I would get an LT jersey. Like, my idols growing up. But, like...
You don't have your favorite player jersey?
I don't care enough to buy...
I mean, granted, I only have...
Like, I like a lot of players. Like, I like Derwin James. He's one of my favorite players. On the Eagles, I mean... I like Nakobe Dean a lot, but... I mean, I'm not going to go fucking buy a Kobe Dean jersey.
No, but I do understand what you mean by that. I personally don't feel like...
I would get retro jerseys. I wouldn't get...
I have gear. Don't get me wrong. Like,
gear's different.
I have, like, the logo and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
that's different. That's representing your team.
I do have a Stephon Diggs jersey, and I'm not going to lie, Stephon's my guy. But that was a gift. Like, I didn't go out and buy it.
Exactly. Like, if I'm going to buy myself a jersey, it's going to be throwback.
And my D-Wade jerseys. I think I did buy the Miami Vice jersey, though. D-Wade jersey.
Yeah, but that was, again, that's like your... That's
but that is my... That was my fucking favorite player since...
Exactly. So that's different.
That's what I'm saying. How old was I? 10 years old?
Yeah. So that's different. Like, I'll get a Dwight Howard jersey or like an old school like Trace McGrady or Penny jersey, a LeBron jersey, like...
Penny jersey is hard. Tracy
I would get one of those fucking...
See, the old school Orlando jerseys, that's the thing. I'm a Miami
like the pinstripe
that's the one, yeah. I wear an old school Shaq jersey even. Yeah. But,
D3, like Anderson.
I'm always going to be a Heat fan for the rest of my life, of course.
The rest of my life.
I do, you got to root for the hometown as well. Orlando, like, if they're ever in the playoffs, I'm going to root for them.
Of course.
And until they play the Heat, then it's like, fuck them. But, from Orlando, born and raised, but I'm a Heat fan.
But
it is what it is.
Before we get into NBA, I just want to touch on NFL.
A little bit. Your birds are looking good. Y'all did. I mean, the Jets got us too, though.
Yeah.
But that was more on just they are a scrappy defense, and it was their offense did just enough.
And Jalen Hurts threw three picks, which isn't really like I'm not really a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of Jalen Hurts, like the quarterback, the player, and he plays the position I like, but as a pure passer, I don't really like him too much, but he doesn't make a lot of bad decisions. That just happened to be one of those games that, it's bound to happen. Like, he threw three picks. Like, what are you going to do?
He is a more fundamentally sound. Like,
when it comes, because he has to stay within that pocket.
He sticks to the game plan very well.
He needs to. And when I was watching the game on Sunday with Jordan, we were watching the Miami game, like, again, he as the intangibles that he brings and what he brings to the table as an athlete and as a football player, you can't argue that. Yeah. But my point has always been, like, and Miami was doing it a little bit on Sunday, when you keep him in the pocket and make him become a quarterback and things like that, can he do that on a consistent basis? He did it in the Super Bowl and he played his ass off, but when you're asking him to do it, through a 17 game regular season, can he do that consistently? Luckily for him, the team that he's on is fucking phenomenal.
It's constructed around him very well.
Yeah, the roster, the defense is fucking...
Colin made a good point about the Eagles. He says, like, the Eagles are probably the number one team in the NFL when it comes to rebranding themselves. They go through... I mean, they have, 10-win seasons and they fire coaches. Like, they are up with the times very well. Like, they do shit before anyone else. Like, even this play that they're...
The tush push, the brotherly shove.
I saw the coach saying, like, we should change the name to the brotherly shove, which is just basically just a quarterback sneak. But they do it so well. They gain, at least 3 to 4 yards.
For real.
It's like a guaranteed, if it's 4th and 1, they're going for it every fucking time.
Yeah.
There ain't no, I think it's a crazy stat. It's like 58 out of 59 times they've got it or something.
Yeah.
Or like 58 out of 60. I think they've only missed like twice.
That shit is... And the thing is, too, is that there's not a lot of teams that have the offensive line like the Eagles do. And there's not a lot of teams that have the bodies as far as like a Dallas Goedert, a fucking A.J. Brown, that are... And Jalen Hurts is a quarterback that squats 600 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of quarterbacks that do that. So like,
I don't think there's any.
Exactly. So, like,
they got strong legs.
It's,
they got the greatest center.
Yeah, and we hear a lot of, they should ban it. But it's like other teams have tried to do it, and they've done the same thing, lined up in the same formation, got the same push from the back, but it's not, it's not the fucking same. If
And yeah, it's hard to, the NFL is a replicate league, and if you can't replicate it, they must be doing it right.
What about your
my Bills? My Bills love to give me fucking heart palpitations.
Bro, I've been trying to tell you this from the jump. They're not it, dog. I'm sorry.
Well,
I hate to break it.
You can't just repick,
I hate to break it to you, but
you're a fan of a team. That's just what it is, Eric.
It's all.
I don't know what to tell you.
I was there for a while. Trust me. I mean, we just recently won a fucking chip, so
yeah.
And then we've been good, but
I got family living in Buffalo. What do you want me to do? Buffalo. Turn my back on them people.
I thought there was a point where you were like between Buffalo and the Chiefs, right? No,
if anything,
you had a Chiefs shirt. I know that.
That was just because it was Josh.
Oh,
that wasn't my shirt. I just wore it because it was pretty comfortable. But I knew it was like, ugh. Well, we weren't playing the Chiefs in the playoffs like that yet.
Yeah, no, you guys.
So at that time, I didn't necessarily, because I have an uncle that actually lives in Kansas City.
Oh, so there you go. So you got ties there as well.
I do, but I was never a Chiefs fan. Like I liked, if anything other than the Bills, I'd have been a Dolphins fan because that was my first. Dante Culpepper.
Fucking Ryan.
That was my first ever NFL jersey. A Dante Culpepper.
Dante Culpepper. Mine was
UCF to Miami.
Yeah, mine was a LT LaDainian Tomlinson jersey. My favorite. He's my favorite player of all time.
I got the jersey when I was like 8 years old.
I still actually have that jersey in my closet.
I might still have the Dante Culpepper jersey. If I do, it'd be deep in a
in the abyss,
in the closet at my mom's house, maybe. But
deep in the ether.
I became like, I tell people this all the time. I really started watching football. A little like I wasn't a diehard NFL fan until around high school time, anyways. But it was when the Bills drafted Tyrod Taylor. That's what really made me be like, all right,
oh shit,
I'm rocking with the Bills forever.
Damn.
Because I freaking in high school when Tyrod played for Virginia Tech, that boy was balling.
He was nice.
I remember the Boise
Tech.
State game.
Yeah.
The Boise State versus Virginia Tech game made me a Tyrod Taylor
Damn,
fan.
Jacob, I didn't know that.
So then when Tyrod Taylor got drafted by the Bills, I had already been watching the Bills from a kid because my grandpa, my mom, like I said, I have family from Buffalo. But when they drafted Tyrod Taylor, which I'm pretty sure was like 2013, 2014, 2015, one of those fucking years, we were still in high school. So when they drafted Tyrod Taylor, I was like, Bills are it.
Damn, dog. I didn't know you were
rocking with them boys.
Tyrod Taylor fan since the V-Tech days.
Yeah, no, I fucked with that boy. That's why when he just we just played him.
Yeah.
He was the starting quarterback for the Giants. And that was a shit game.
He's been balling too for the Giants.
That was a shit fucking game by the Bills. But we managed to pull that fucking win off. And then just Sunday we're playing we're playing the fucking Patriots. And it was a back and forth game, but it was a sloppy game. That's what it was. Like, and we gave them a little too much time, and they got one good screen pass, and that was all she wrote.
Your boy Josh Allen has been very up and down.
He has been.
And they go as he goes. And if he's throwing
Pretty much.
Game 1, he threw 4 picks?
I mean, fuck. The first offensive play of the Patriots game, he threw a pick. The very first offensive play. We were down 10-0.
You still going to pick the Bills against the Eagles?
Yeah.
All right. I know what your fandom says. What does your brain say?
I'm still picking the Bills over the Eagles.
It's in Philly, I think.
I thought it was.
I got the schedule Buffalo. Right here.
Same. Samesy's cousin.
Nope, it's in Philly.
Is it?
At 4:25. Yep.
Is it your fucking background or something?
Yeah.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. You are right, sir. 4:25. And then we play the fucking Chiefs the very next week.
Yeah, look.
Well, no, we have a bye the very next week. That's pretty cool.
Right.
I just have this. So it
shows
me my home
and it has all the playoff stuff. So if, obviously we'll get a bye week. Number 1 seed. Listen, at this point, I feel like we're Super Bowl bound now. Now that the fucking 49ers have kind of dropped too, I think they'll bounce back and have a good season, obviously. But
they lose 1 game,
2 games. They've lost 2 in a row.
Oh, that's right.
They lost to the Browns and they lost last night to the Vikings.
That's right. They did.
Although still, like, their team, they're just so fucking stacked. Christian McCaffrey, did he watch any of that game?
No.
Oh, my God. There was a fucking run that he had that he split the defenders and fucking, boom, turned it on. There was a play against the Eagles.
We actually play Thursday.
There was a play against the Eagles that Tyreek Hill fucking caught his touchdown pass that he caught. And he fucking just put it on and just outran 3 Eagles players to get it. Like, there's some people in the league that are just fucking that nice. Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey are 2 of those people that are just that nice. It doesn't matter what you do. They're going to fucking get theirs.
They do their thing.
They're going to get theirs.
But, yeah, no, I'm still picking. I mean,
well, it's about to be.
The remainder of our schedule doesn't get, crazy. A lot easier, but it doesn't get too. I mean, we play, so.
It's about to be the halfway point.
Thursday, we play the Bucks. Then we play the Bengals in Cincy. Then we play the Broncos. Then we play the Jets, both at home. Then we play the Eagles in Philly.
Oh.
We play the Chiefs at Arrowhead. We play Dallas comes to us. We play them at home. We play the Chargers. Then we play fucking on the 31st, December 31st. We play the Patriots again. And we're going to fucking wax them.
Who knows? But
and then week 18 to be decided. But
probably the Dolphins. Are we allowed to make amendments on our Super Bowl picks? Because I think I'm going to fall back for my Steelers pick.
I mean, they're doing good.
I don't know. Good. Yeah, I mean, they've been playing better, but I don't know if they're...
Who'd you pick, Steelers versus Eagles?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I'd have to go back, but I'm pretty sure that's what I picked.
Okay, what are your amendments then?
I'm going to... Let me double check the AFC. I mean, smart money tells you to go with the fucking Chiefs, but who said I'm smart? I'm just kidding. NFL. Whoops. Let's see. As of now, the Chiefs are the 1 seed. The Dolphins are the 2 seed. The Ravens are the 3 seed. The Jags are the 4 seed. Steelers are the 5 seed. Browns are the 6th seed. And the Bills are the 7th seed.
Disgusting. It's all right. It's still early.
Damn.
We hold a win over the Dolphins, so that helps. You know what's funny in our division? Our divisions.
And I did pick the Dolphins to win the division, your guys' division, and I'm going to be right about that. So
I don't know about that.
Oh, come on now.
I don't know.
Listen.
I don't know.
Listen.
I don't know the rest of their schedule. Granted, we've lost 3 games that we shouldn't have lost.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not even about the schedule. It's just the Bills are just very inconsistent.
Well,
no. This season they have been very inconsistent.
So this is how it went. We lose the first game, which was a close game, but it was a shit game, whatever. Win. Lose a bullshit game in London. Win a bullshit game. Lose. Because we did. That win over the Giants was bullshit. We should have blown the Giants fucking out. But we won. Lose to the Patriots. We're going to win against the Bucks. We're going to win against the Bengals. We're going to win against the Broncos.
The Bengals might be you guys.
We're going to win against the Jets.
See, that's where you got to start being more realistic. The Bengals could definitely beat you guys.
But it's not a definite. They could. They have a chance. I mean, every fucking Sunday. The NFL is not like the NBA.
I know that.
Any given Sunday, something.
The Bills have proven that any given Sunday they could be good or bad. They can be beaten by anyone. They've proven that this season, at least. I'm not talking about past seasons and anything like that.
Our defense has been banged up. That's what
Matt Milano's gone. Yeah. Tre'Davious White gone.
Von Miller's he's only played 1 or 2 games.
I don't know why the fuck they give him that much money because he's old as fuck. He's still when he plays, he's nice, but
when he plays, he's still fucking
you can't give that type of money to a guy that's only going to be able to give you fucking 20, 30 snaps, if that.
Well,
he hasn't even been able to give him that. Good old Bear.
Pay him for the Super Bowl, damn it. No, we just
fuck if you got to get there first.
We just got to get there.
Bear, what it do, fool?
But who knows?
And off he goes. Quick visit. There you have it. Eagles are going back. Eagles are winning it this year. Fuck everything else. It doesn't matter who they play.
Week 12. We play week 12, so.
Doesn't matter who they play. The Eagles are winning it this year.
I'll give you all a prediction week 12.
I'll make my I'm taking the Steelers out right now. I'm still TBD to see who's going to fill in that spot, but I got the Eagles still, and they're going to win it all. Fuck what you heard. I don't care if I'm being fanboy right now. That's just what it is.
Eagles versus the Bills.
Oh, my God. You don't want that.
Well, we'll find out what that matchup looks like.
It's not going to look good. I'm trying to tell you. And we're at home. I'm trying to tell you. It's not going to be a pretty game.
Home versus away doesn't really matter.
It's not going to be a pretty game.
That's what's ridiculous to me. Like, we have some rowdy fans, and yet home versus away doesn't matter. It's just when Josh and them boys feel like balling, they ball.
That touchdown that Stephon Diggs had was nice, though, where he slid, caught the ball, got up, made the defender miss, and scored. That shit was nice. I watched that.
And with
as it was happening.
With little to no time.
I know.
We didn't have much time to spare.
You want to talk some NBA real quick before we get on out of here? As we speak, we are watching opening night Lakers Denver, and the Lakers just hit a 3 to bring it in within 9 points.
They did close it. They were closer
with 5:30 left in the fourth.
If y'all wondering why I've been looking that way for so long, I've been watching the game on the low.
I haven't watched a single bit of it. It has been on.
Good for you.
Fucking
good for you.
12 inches away from me. But
I get distracted. ADD as a child.
I will say this.
Probably still.
I don't know if it's a hot take at this point, but I feel like Jamal Murray is probably one of the most underrated players in this league.
He has been for a long time.
The past couple of years, I get it because he's been hurt, but before that, I would say that
him and Trae Young. Trae Young.
I'm not too big of it. I think he's good, but I'm not a big fan of his.
Nah, Trae Young is fucking.
I think he's good. I think he's a nice player. I think he's definitely talented, but I don't know what it is about him that I'm just not too big of a fan of. But I was gonna say that Jamal Murray, I feel like, is probably better than Donovan Mitchell. If not, you can make a good argument for it.
No, and I like Donovan Mitchell. I think he plays like D Wade.
But I think Donovan Mitchell gets a lot more love than Jamal Murray does.
Which is crazy because, I mean, Utah
I also get it too because
Denver, they're not the
Donovan Mitchell
markets.
has been the number one option on both of his teams that he's played. Jamal Murray has not been because he's had Jokic on his team, so he's kind of been overshadowed in like a definitive number 2.
Yeah, Donovan has had to be that guy, and has led them to the playoffs. From his rookie year.
Yeah,
he low-key got robbed of Rookie of the Year because Ben Simmons that didn't play, so technically was a rookie, but I don't know. They had, for what they were doing, on each side, and it was East versus West, whatever, but I think Donovan Mitchell was doing more for his team than
but you also like.
But I'm not too big into that rookie.
Which
of the
a
year.
lot of people don't
It's
really
more of a popularity contest.
Yeah, take into consideration either that Ben Simmons had a lot more hype coming into the league than Donovan Mitchell too. So it kind of felt like it was like here, like you are, like you're gonna get.
That's low key like Carmelo and LeBron.
It felt predetermined. Yeah, but we've seen where LeBron and Carmelo's careers went.
We see where
nothing against Carmelo Anthony, but
their rookie season,
we knew it was good. Yeah.
You could argue Carmelo should have won that though.
You could, because he had better numbers, but
but not all.
And they
around.
went to the playoffs.
They had better points numbers,
and they went to the playoffs. And I don't think the Cavs didn't go LeBron's rookie season. So, but again, we all know where that led, and we all see where Carmelo is. Great player in his own right. Will probably be a Hall of Famer. Not probably, he'll be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's first ballot or not, but he'll be a Hall of Famer. LeBron is the greatest of all time. So there you go. Take that for what you want. But what are you looking forward to most this NBA season coming up as we finish up the opening night?
Just seeing how these new teams that have been constructed play together. I want to see what the Suns do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what the Bucks do. Just shit. The Warriors, even with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Then of course I want to see what the Heat do. The Magic haven't made any moves, so.
No, but they have a young core. And
they do have a young core.
It's another year together. It's another year together.
Kings,
so.
The Kings.
I was just about to say that. I'm excited to see where the teams like that, those kind of up and coming teams, are gonna how they gonna move forward from year 1 to year 2.
And I'm not a Philadelphia fan, but even the 76ers want to see what they do because all the turmoil within them. Their organization.
James Harden fucking blows.
James Harden
he's a fucking dickhead.
Becoming a cancer.
He seems like he's.
Oh damn! I didn't know the Suns played the Warriors tonight.
Boom, a little rematch.
They were talking about who'd they ask? They asked. They asked Jason Tatum about like the Warriors for some reason, and he said that he thinks the whole core of the Warriors should all get their jerseys retired to the rafters, which makes sense. Shit. They all have multiple rings. Even KD has 2 rings with them.
Jamal.
So I feel like they're definitely going to retire all of their jerseys.
I don't think they'll retire KD's.
I think if they don't, they have to. I feel like they have to, honestly.
Why would they have to? He was a fucking hired gun.
Huh?
He was a hired gun.
That won them 2 chips. You think they're beating LeBron 2 more times without him?
Maybe once. I don't know about twice, but
all right. They got him because LeBron beat them.
Yeah.
So, if you get that guy to beat... For instance, their team was constructed to beat LeBron.
Yeah, and they did what they had. So, are we giving out retiring jerseys for doing what you were supposed to do?
No, but being a back-to-back MVP and
that was still Steph's team anyways.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
though, in the finals. Who
won the go-to player? Difference between whose team it was and who the go-to player was in crunch time.
But if
KD was a better player, but it was still Steph's team.
Okay, but I'm saying if we're talking about jerseys being retired, you're gonna retire your hired gun that was your go-to player.
And the way that he left too was a little rocky. It wasn't the cleanest exit.
It doesn't matter.
He left on bad terms.
Shit. They have Shaq's jersey retired in places he never won. I'm pretty sure he's retired in Orlando. Shaq's jersey.
Yeah, but he fucking...
They never won shit.
The Orlando hasn't won shit.
Fucking Michael Jordan. His number is retired. Miami Heat retired Michael Jordan's number.
Okay, but is KD on the level of Michael Jordan?
He's not, but I'm saying I'm just giving you examples of people's jerseys that have been retired who didn't do shit for that team.
And I don't think...
KD won 2 chips for that team. Was the finals MVP for that team. you know, led them through the playoffs and the finals. It's not like he just was hired to.
I don't think they'll retire. I think they will. They'll definitely retire Clay, Steph, and Draymond for sure. I don't know.
I think they'll retire KD and Iggy.
Iggy too?
Yeah. They have all fucking multiple championships.
Come on, though. But, like, what type... Like, I understand it's a team thing, but, like, what type of fucking standard are we setting? Like,
finals MVP and have multiple championships with that organization. It's not like, for instance, like a Jordan Poole or somebody like that who was just on the team and got a ring.
They're going to fucking retire
these were their starting... This was their starting five. Their core.
Kevon Looney's jersey, too?
No.
We're going to fucking retire fucking... Harrison Barnes jersey because he was there for a couple championship.
He was there for one.
Hey, the one that started it all.
Yeah,
we're gonna start retiring jerseys. I said, Festus Ezeli, are we gonna retire his jersey too? He was part of his championship.
But if it's multiple chips,
Sean Livingston.
If it's multiple chips, they're gonna retire the jersey. They're gonna retire LeBron's jersey in Miami.
And they fucking should.
He was a fucking hired gun.
That's a whole different. No,
he was a hired gun.
No,
he came over.
No. He did come over, but that's fucking completely different.
4 years.
When was the last time that they wanted? They weren't coming off the greatest regular season ever with unanimous MVP, already winning a championship, all that. Like, yeah, LeBron was not a hired gun. There's a difference between having someone that's there because
it's LeBron fan over here.
It's not LeBron fan, but
can't get it out of his system.
Is it not the truth though? There's a difference. Barely. It's a difference.
There's a difference, but I'm just saying. He did a lot for the organization, won 2 chips.
I think he did a lot more for Miami than KD did for Golden State.
Either way, still the same. The results at the end are the same.
So they're going to retire
2 chips, 2.
Are they going to retire his jersey in fucking Brooklyn too? Are they going to retire his shit in?
Probably not. He didn't do anything for Brooklyn. He didn't win a chip in Brooklyn.
But neither did Shaq. And he was a great player in Orlando, probably one of our greatest players. And KD is
Shaq is one of the only. I think they might have retired Shaq, Penny. I'm pretty sure that's it. They didn't. They retired like their first starting, like who got to the finals.
Nick Anderson. Did they retire?
I don't know if they retired Nick Anderson. I'm gonna go to a Magic game this year though.
We should. I know Jordan's going to a Bucks game.
Yeah, he's going to a Bucks game.
I want to go to a game.
Dallas plays that same week before. It's like the 11th or.
Kyrie Irving's probably not gonna be playing anyways with his fucking.
He better be.
Doubt it.
But that would be a cool game to watch.
I would like to go see. I do want to see LeBron. Obviously, those tickets are fucking expensive as shit. Even the nosebleeds are like $200 a pop.
If not that, I'm probably gonna end up watching. I'm gonna go see Miami versus the Heat.
Miami versus the Heat.
Miami versus the Heat. The Heat versus the Magic. Whatever.
They're gonna play against themselves. That's how good they are. No one can beat them except them.
First squad versus second squad scrimmage. Pay $200 to watch it.
Shit. No. Who would I want to see? Let's see. See the Orlando Magic play. I would like to see him play the Bucks. The Nuggets would be cool. I'm trying to think. Like maybe see them play. I would the Spurs.
Fuck the Spurs.
You don't want to see him play.
Not at all. I don't care.
Oh.
I would care less.
You would care less.
To see Wemby play?
He's probably going to be the fucking next big thing.
Do not care.
Damn.
Don't care.
Wemby hater.
I would rather see
a Wemby hater.
I would rather see Luka and like Dallas play. I'd rather see the Suns play.
I want to see Boston play.
I'd rather.
They have a great team.
That's the thing. I've always hated Boston. Like since my childhood. Fuck Boston. Because even as a kid rooting for the Magic, for instance, it was like fuck Boston. Yeah. As a Heat fan, definitely fuck Boston.
See, I know what you mean, but even from like when I first started watching sports, I've always appreciated like great fucking teams, like with great talent, like the 49ers, for example. Obviously they are the biggest threat to the Eagles, but like. I love watching them play. I love seeing them win because they're just so fucking talented and they have so much talent on the team. So it's like, I appreciate
the only thing I could appreciate. Like I said, I'm not a Chiefs fan nor a Dolphins fan, but like if I'm watching those games, they're fun to watch. You know, Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is fun to watch.
Patty,
like he's given us heartbreaking losses in the playoffs. And I'm still like, you're still fun to watch. I'll still turn on the fucking game, you know? I know people that are Chiefs fans, so it's like...
The Chiefs.
You know, it's just fun to watch. The Dolphins, like I said, you have that At least I do. I have that like childhood like memories of like, oh, that was my first jersey.
Yeah.
So they're cool to watch. If I play them, if the Bills play anybody though, it's always Bills versus anybody else. Same with the Heat. If the Heat play anybody,
Bills versus the world.
Don't care who I'm watching. It's Heat versus the world. Like I'd rather the Heat win than anyone else.
Damn. How do you think your Heat are gonna do? Real quick before we.
I think the Heat will do good. I mean, I said it,
Playoffs?
last year, and they're definitely making the playoffs. I think we'll find a way in the playoffs to make it.
So you think it's going to be another situation like last year where they sneak into the playoffs, or are they going to be like a 7th or 6th
I think
seed?
we'll be a little better this year, more consistent, hopefully. I think we'll probably be like 5th or 6th seed, hopefully. But I don't know. The Heat, when we get to the playoffs, we find ways to win. I want to say, we'll make it to the finals, but at the same time, I think it's going to be harder this year because of the Bucks, because of the, Boston. But like I said, even before last year, I don't necessarily know if we have all the pieces that we need to win a chip. I would like to see us get another piece.
Well, it looks like Denver's going to close out the Lakers in game 1. They got 81 more to go. The Magic are going to be a 7th seed in the East. I said it here first.
All right, we'll see if it happens. East is pretty good. Pretty
good. They're top heavy. I don't feel like they're good over like as a whole conference. They're very top heavy, and even then, you
got like 4 or 5. Locks.
I think Philly's gonna take a massive step back unless they get rid of James Harden. I think they're gonna take a massive step back.
I still
the Cavs.
See you have like 4 or 5. You have, for instance, and this is in no particular order, but you have the Heat, the Bucks, 76ers, the Cavs, Boston. Relevant teams in the East have been, for the past couple of years at least, Toronto.
That's a stretch. I feel like you got.
They've been in the playoffs.
I think you got Boston, the Bucks, and then everyone else beneath them. I think the 76ers, the Cavs, and the Knicks are going to be fighting for that.
Oh, even the
third,
Knicks,
fourth, and 5th spot.
The disrespect of this man.
The Heat, the Raptors, the Magic, Atlanta, they're probably going to be fighting for that 6, 7, 8. Come on now, you know better. You know
ridiculous.
Better. You were here just saying 5 minutes ago, hoping, keeping your fingers crossed.
Well, I'm saying because I don't know. We could, like I said, the East is very close. We could easily go from a 4th seed to a 7th seed in just like a quick, 1 or 2 games.
I think I think you guys are closer to a 7th seed than a 4th seed.
That's the thing. In the East, the past like 3 years between the 4th seed and the 8th seed has been a 1-game difference. So the fact you say we're closer to the 7th seed is blasphemy to me because it's a 1-game difference. So it's
more than one game. It's going to be a couple games between them.
Last year was literally like the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th seed were all decided by 1 or 1.5 games. Was like the 8th seed was like a 1.5 game back. So, just saying.
My point exactly.
Yeah, whatever. Alrighty. Any last words for the peoples?
Fucking brush your teeth and fuck the world.
All right. Interesting take. Episode 175. Everybody love everybody.
Boom.
Check out VIP.
Oh, yeah. One more time. Check out that VIP. Get a nice, good look at it. I don't know how well you can see that shit, but follow them on Instagram, too, because they got an Instagram page. VIP. This shit's good. We'll be talking to you guys soon. Deuces.
Peace.